Good evening, viewers. You're watching News Tonight. I'm Kriti Mishra. Before we go over to the headlines, Rajya Sabha TV appeals to all its viewers to stay safe from the COVID-19 pandemic. Wear face masks, wash hands, and face regularly and maintain physical distancing while stepping outside. Remember, these simple precautions are all that it takes to defeat the pandemic. And now, let's get you the headlines. Politics can wait, but development can't, says Prime Minister at the centenary celebrations of the Aligarh Muslim University. Asserts that benefits of government schemes are reaching every section without discrimination. India wants its scientific community to grow with the best of global talent. Prime Minister Modi assures that government is taking all steps to make India the most trustworthy centre for scientific learning. Representatives of farmers' unions express support for agricultural reform laws. Thank Prime Minister Modi for government's efforts to improve conditions of farmers. In the Jammu and Kashmir District Development Council election, BJP wins more than 70 seats. Gopkar Alliance crosses 100 seats. Counting continues amid tight security. CBSE 10th and 12th examinations not till February 2021. Decision based on suggestions received from students, parents and teachers, says Union Education Minister Ramesh Pokhriyal. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has asserted that India has a rich legacy in science, technology and innovation. Addressing India International Science Festival on Tuesday, he said, in the last 6 years, the use of science and technology in the country has been expanded to connect the youth with opportunities. The Prime Minister asserted that the new national education policy will help in fostering scientific temper from an early age.
एजुकेशन सेक्टर में जो ये बदलाव किए जा रहे हैं, इनको कॉम्प्लीमेंट करने के लिए अटल इनोवेशन मिशन भी शुरू किया गया है। ये मिशन इंक्वायरी को, एंटरप्राइज को, इनोवेशन को एक प्रकार से सेलिब्रेट करता है। इसके तहत देश भर के अनेक स्कूलों में अटल टिंकरिंग लैब्स तैयार किए जा रहे हैं, जो इनोवेशन के नए प्लेग्राउंड सिद्ध हो रहे हैं। इन लैब से हमारे स्कूलों में साइंस से जुड़ा इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बेहतर हो रहा है।
He said India's scientists have done path-breaking research and that Indian tech industry is at the forefront of solving global problems. Prime Minister Modi said digital technology empowers the common man, adding that India has more rural net users than urban.
आज गांव में इंटरनेट यूजर्स की संख्या शहरों से ज्यादा है। गांव का गरीब किसान भी डिजिटल पेमेंट कर रहा है। आज भारत की एक बड़ी आबादी स्मार्टफोन आधारित ऐप से जुड़ चुकी है। आज भारत ग्लोबल हाईटेक पावर के इवोल्यूशन और रिवोल्यूशन दोनों का सेंटर बन रहा है।
Prime Minister stressed that biggest challenge facing science now may be a vaccine for COVID pandemic. He also gave a call to the global community to invest in Indian talent and innovate in India.
विज्ञान व्यक्ति के अंदर के सामर्थ्य को, व्यक्ति के भीतर जो भी बेस्ट है, उसे बाहर लाता है। यही स्पिरिट हमने कोविड वैक्सीन के लिए काम करने वाले हमारे वैज्ञानिकों में देखी है। हमारे वैज्ञानिकों ने कोरोना के विरुद्ध लड़ाई में हमें आगे रखा है, बेहतर स्थिति में रखा है।
And Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Tuesday addressed the centenary celebrations of Aligarh Muslim University through video conference. He recalled Sir Syed Ahmad Khan's remark that the first and foremost duty of one who is concerned about his country is to work for the welfare of the people. Here's a detailed report. Addressing the centenary celebrations of the Aligarh Muslim University, Prime Minister Modi said the nation is marching forward on the paths that will give every citizen the benefits of development without any discrimination. The Prime Minister appealed all to make new India through Atmanirbhar Bharat and mantra of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas.
हमें समझना होगा कि सियासत सोसाइटी का एक अहम हिस्सा है, लेकिन सोसाइटी में सियासत के अलावा भी दूसरे मसले हैं। सियासत और सत्ता की सोच से बहुत बड़ा, बहुत व्यापक किसी भी देश का समाज होता है। पॉलिटिक्स के ऊपर भी समाज को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए बहुत स्पेस होती है। उस स्पेस को भी एक्सप्लोर करते रहना बहुत जरूरी है। ये काम हमारे एएमयू जैसे कैंपस कर सकते हैं, आप सभी कर सकते हैं। यहाँ की लाइब्रेरी में
The Prime Minister also said that development shouldn't be seen through the prism of politics. He asserted that when it comes to the progress of the nation, ideological differences should become secondary. He asked people to be vigilant against misleading propaganda.
देश आज उस मार्ग पर बढ़ रहा है जहां मजहब की वजह से कोई पीछे न छूटे, सभी को आगे बढ़ने के समान अवसर मिले, सभी अपने सपने पूरे करें। सबका साथ, सबका विकास, सबका विश्वास, ये मंत्र इसका मूल आधार है। देश की नीयत और नीतियों में यही संकल्प झलकता है। आज देश गरीबों के लिए जो योजनाएं बना रहा है, जो बिना किसी मत मजहब के भेद के हर वर्ग तक पहुंच रही हैं।
The Prime Minister said that in last 100 years, Aligarh Muslim University has worked to strengthen India's relations with many countries of the world. He said the university has the dual responsibility to further enhance the soft power of the university along with the obligation of nation building.
अपने 100 वर्ष के इतिहास में एएमयू ने लाखों जीवन को तराशा है, संवारा है, एक आधुनिक और वैज्ञानिक सोच दी है। समाज के लिए, देश के लिए कुछ करने की प्रेरणा जगाई है। मैं सभी के नाम लूंगा तो समय शायद बहुत कम पड़ जाएगा। एएमयू की ये पहचान, इस सम्मान का आधार उसके वो मूल्य रहे हैं जिन पर सर सैयद अहमद खान द्वारा इस संस्थान की स्थापना की गई है।
Focusing on the state of education of Muslim girls, the Prime Minister pointed out that the school dropout rate among Muslim girls was more than 70%. This situation, he said, had persisted for 70 years. But now with the Swachh Bharat mission, it has fallen to nearly 30%.
पहले मुस्लिम बेटियों का जो स्कूल ड्रॉप आउट रेट 70% से ज्यादा था, वो अब घटकर करीब करीब 30% रह गया है। पहले लाखों मुस्लिम बेटियां शौचालय की कमी की वजह से पढ़ाई छोड़ देती थी। अब हालात बदल रहे हैं। मुस्लिम बेटियों का ड्रॉप रेट कम से कम हो, इसके लिए केंद्र सरकार निरंतर प्रयास कर रही है। एएमयू में अब फीमेल स्टूडेंट्स की संख्या बढ़कर 35% हो गई है। मैं आप सबको बधाई देना चाहूंगा। मुस्लिम बेटियों की शिक्षा पर, उनके सशक्तिकरण पर सरकार का बहुत ध्यान है। पिछले 6 साल में सरकार द्वारा करीब करीब 1 करोड़ मुस्लिम बेटियों को स्कॉलरशिप दी गई है।
The Prime Minister also released a special postal stamp to mark the centenary celebrations of the university. Union Education Minister Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank also attended the event through video conferencing. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Vice Chancellor.
And responding to the news of a surge in the population of leopards in the country, Prime Minister Modi on Tuesday appreciated the efforts undertaken by the government towards animal conservation. The Environment Ministry had released the Status of Leopard in India 2018 report on Monday. The report said that the number of the leopards has gone up to 12,852, marking 60% increase in their population. In a Twitter message, Prime Minister Modi congratulated the people engaged in animal conservation efforts. He said that we have to keep up the hard work to ensure that the animals live in safe habitats. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that he is deeply honored to be awarded the Legion of Merit by US President Donald Trump. Thanking President Trump for the honor, in a series of tweets, Prime Minister said that the honor recognizes efforts of people of both countries to improve bilateral ties. He further reiterated his government's firm commitment to strengthen the ties between the two countries. US President Donald Trump has conferred the Legion of Merit, one of the highest military honors of the US, on Prime Minister Narendra Modi for his exceptionally meritorious service as the leader of India. India's ambassador to the US, Taranjit Singh Sandhu, accepted the award on behalf of Prime Minister from the US National Security Advisor Robert O'Brien at the White House on Monday. Prime Minister Modi was presented with the highest degree Chief Commander of the Legion of Merit, which is given only to the heads of state or government. External Affairs Ministry said that the award is in recognition of Prime Minister Modi's steadfast leadership and vision for India's emergence as a global power. The US President also presented the Legion of Merit to Australian PM Scott Morrison and former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. Coming at a time when the Quad has completed 3 years, the award recognizes the manner in which the 4 members, India, USA, Australia, and Japan, have worked in tandem on issues relating to global security. It also notes the elevation of the US-India relationship, in particular, the contribution of Prime Minister Modi to the task. And moving on, Agriculture Minister Narendra Singh Tomar on Tuesday met 2 more farmer leaders from Delhi and Uttar Pradesh that extended support to the legislations. UP-based Kisan Sangharsh Samiti and Delhi-based Indian Kisan Union are among those farmer groups that have extended support to the 3 farm laws. These farmer groups have said that the new agricultural laws brought by the Modi government are in the interest of farmers. They also urge the government to not make any amendments to the laws.
आज अनेक किसान यूनियन के पदाधिकारीगण आए थे और उनकी ये चिंता है कि सरकार बिलों में कोई संशोधन करने जा रही है। उन्होंने कहा कि ये बिल किसानों की दृष्टि से बहुत कारगर हैं, किसानों के लिए फ़ायदे में हैं और बिल में किसी भी प्रकार का परिवर्तन नहीं किया जाना चाहिए, ये मांग करने के लिए वो आए थे। उन्होंने अपनी बात भी की, उनके मन में जो भ्रांति थी और बाकी जो समस्याएं थी उन पर भी चर्चा हुई। मैं मंत्रालय की ओर से इन सभी किसान यूनियनों का आभार प्रकट करता हूं जो बिल के समर्थन में दिल्ली आए।
हमारी ये बात हुई, जो 3 बिल उन्होंने पास करे हैं वो जरूरी होने चाहिए, किसानों के हित में है। दूसरी बारी जो एसएसपी जो है वो जारी रहनी चाहिए, नहीं उसमें संशोधन नहीं होना चाहिए।
Agriculture Minister Narendra Singh Tomar said he is hopeful that farmer unions would soon complete their internal discussions and resume talks with the government to resolve the issue.
मुझे आशा है कि जल्दी उनका विचार विमर्श पूरा होगा और वो आएंगे और चर्चा करेंगे और हम लोग समाधान निकालने में सफल होंगे.
And the department-related Parliamentary Standing Committee on Home Affairs has appreciated the national effort in handling the COVID-19 pandemic that disrupted the social and economic activities for a long time since the outbreak of the pandemic. The committee is chaired by Rajya Sabha member Anand Sharma. The department-related Parliamentary Standing Committee on Home Affairs presented its report on management of COVID-19 pandemic and related issues to Chairman Rajya Sabha on December 21st, 2020. The committee examined in detail the nature of the outbreak of the pandemic, the challenges thrown by it, and its subsequent handling by all the stakeholders. While making several recommendations for handling such challenges in future, the committee referred to the efforts and initiatives of various stakeholders in managing the crisis. The committee commended the efforts of the Central Ministries of Home Affairs, Health and Family Welfare, Food, Civil Supplies and Public Distribution, Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, Human Resources Development, Department of Financial Services, the Indian Council of Medical Research, the All India Institute of Medical Sciences, the state governments, the people and the frontline corona warriors. The committee referred to the various efforts to mitigate the adverse impact of the pandemic, including supply of food grains, cash transfers, assistance to MSME, measures taken for economic recovery. It also noted its appreciation of the efforts of various stakeholders on 30 occasions in the report. Kriti Mishra, Rajya Sabha TV. Time for a short break. Lots more on the other side.
Rabindranath Tagore was awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1913 for his book Gitanjali. In 1950, he composed the music and lyrics for India's national anthem Jana Gana Mana. And when Bangladesh became independent in 1971, they chose Tagore's song Amar Shonar Bangla as its national anthem. Tagore's life and works have made him a cultural icon, studied the world over, even into the 21st century.
Welcome back. You're watching News Tonight. Ahead of the Union Budget 2021-2022, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman on Tuesday held pre-budget consultations with experts in agriculture and agro-processing industry. The meeting was attended by Finance Secretary Dr. A.B. Pandey, Secretary Department of Economic Affairs Tarun Bajaj, and Chief Economic Advisor K.V. Subramanian, besides other senior officials. Earlier, the Finance Minister had meetings with experts in infrastructure, energy, climate change and others to seek ideas for the Union Budget. And Education Minister Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank on Tuesday ruled out conducting CBSE board examinations for classes 10th and 12th till February next year, in view of the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. The minister said that the dates for the examination will be announced soon after assessment of the situation and consultation with stakeholders.
जो निचोड़ आया उस नई शिक्षा नीति का वो आज पूरी दुनिया में उसकी खूबसूरती और उसकी खुशबू फैल रही है। मुझे ये कहते हुए हर्ष होता है कि पूरे देश ने उसको उत्सव के रूप में मनाया है और नई शिक्षा नीति आने के बाद लोगों में बहुत उमंग और उत्साह है। लोगों को लगता है नहीं अब देश बहुत तेजी से प्रगति करेगा।
Counting of votes for District Development Council elections in Jammu and Kashmir are underway amid tight security. Voting was held in 8 phases from 28 November to 19 December for 280 DDC seats. In the results declared so far, BJP has won more than 70 seats and Gupkar Alliance has crossed 100 seats, while National Conference has backed 34 seats. The BJP has won an election for the first time in Kashmir. Ejaz Hussain won the Conmore District Development Council seat in Srinagar, while Ejaz Ahmed Khan gave the party more reasons to cheer by winning the Tulali seat in Bandipora district.
देखिए, जो हमारी पार्टी है उनका हमेशा यही है, सबका साथ, सबका विकास और सबका विश्वास। आज जिस प्रकार से यहाँ के लोगों ने हमें विश्वास करके भारतीय जनता पार्टी के कैंडिडेट को जिताया है, जिस प्रकार से हमारी जो सेंट्रल लीडरशिप थी, यहाँ बार बार इनका प्रवास हुआ है, ये उन्हीं का नतीजा है। ये यहाँ की जो लोग हैं, हमारे जो प्राइम मिनिस्टर हैं, उनकी पॉपुलैरिटी के प्रति उनको विश्वास है और हमारी लीडरशिप को विश्वास है।
घाटी में कमल खिला है और पूरी ताकत से हम यहाँ चुनाव लड़े। लोग डेवलपमेंट चाहते हैं। ये डिस्ट्रिक्ट डेवलपमेंट काउंसिल का चुनाव है और इस चुनाव के अंदर भारतीय जनता पार्टी जहाँ जम्मू में स्वीप कर रही है, घाटी में भी हम बहुत अच्छा मुकाबला कर रहे हैं।
And the government on Tuesday issued new standard operating procedures for the new coronavirus variant that has been detected in the United Kingdom. The SOPs are for those who travelled from or transited through the UK between November 25th and December 23rd. All international travellers are required to declare their travel history of the past 14 days and will fill up a self-declaration form. Passengers coming from UK should undergo mandatory RT-PCR test on arrival. Passengers found positive shall be isolated in a separate unit of an institutional facility. Positive samples will be sent to the National Institute of Virology, Pune, for genomic sequencing. All contacts of COVID-19 positive travellers will be subjected to institutional quarantine and testing. Passengers testing negative are advised self-quarantine at home and followed up. India has suspended all passenger flights connecting the United Kingdom from Wednesday till December 31st. And the government on Tuesday said there was no cause of concern over the mutated coronavirus variant detected in the UK, but people must remain vigilant about the virus. Briefing the media, Niti Aayog member Dr. V.K. Paul said no similar coronavirus strain has been found in India so far. He noted that the new strain detected in the UK has increased transmissibility, but the mutation is not affecting disease severity and case fatality.
उससे एक चीज सामने आई है कि ये एक से दूसरे में जाने की जो इन्फेक्शियसनेस है या ट्रांसमिसिबिलिटी है, उसको एनहांस करता है ये बदलाव जो उसके स्वभाव में, उसकी बायोलॉजी में आ गया है। दिस म्यूटेशन इज नॉट अफेक्टिंग सिवियरिटी ऑफ डिजीज एज वी अंडरस्टैंड टुडे। सो द केस फैटेलिटी रेट इज नॉट अफेक्टेड बाय दिस म्यूटेशन। जहां तक भी हमारे पास डेटा अवेलेबल है, उसमें ऐसा सिग्नल, ऐसी म्यूटेशन हमने डिटेक्ट नहीं करी है। जो म्यूटेशंस डिटेक्ट करी हैं वो इनसिग्निफिकेंट हैं, उसका कोई महत्व आगे तक अभी तक हमने नहीं डिटेक्ट किया।
Dr. Paul added that the mutated strain does not impact the potential of emerging vaccines and there is no change in COVID treatment guidelines.
एक तो हमारी लेबोरेटरीज में जो भी और वायरस के सैंपल्स आए हैं, रिसेंटली आए हैं, उनको जेनेटिक सीक्वेंसिंग के लिए प्रायोरिटाइज करके काम कल से शुरू हो गया है, और भी तेज गति से और एक्सटेंसिव तरीके से। और इसमें हमारे जो CSIR हैं, हमारे ICMR हैं, हमारे DBT हैं, वो सब जुड़ गए हैं। म्यूटेशन होने के बावजूद जो भी वैक्सीन्स अभी डेवलप हो रहे हैं, पर्टिकुलरली जो हमारे देश में डेवलप हो रहे हैं और जो बाहर जो विकसित हुए हैं, जितने भी हुए हैं लगभग, उनको अगर हम इस दृष्टि से देखें कि क्या इस म्यूटेशन से उनके ऊपर नेगेटिव प्रभाव पड़ेगा कि वो काम नहीं करेंगे, ऐसा नहीं है।
And a look now at the COVID-19 situation in the country. India continues to maintain the trend of steadily declining COVID-19 cases. Less than 20,000 new daily cases were reported in the last 24 hours, taking the tally to over 1,75,000. India's active caseload declined below 3 lakh, accounting for only 3% of the total positive cases in the country. With 30,376 new recoveries in the same period, India continues to report more daily recoveries than the daily new cases. The recovery rate has improved to 95.65%, with 301 new deaths reported in the last 24 hours. The death toll now stands at 146,111. The COVID-19 case fatality rate stands at 1.45%. Total tests have crossed 16.31 crore, with 10.72 lakh tests conducted in the last 24 hours. Kerala reported highest daily new cases at 3,423, followed by Maharashtra with 2,834 new cases. West Bengal recorded 1,515 new cases. Maharashtra saw the maximum casualties at 55. West Bengal and Kerala reported 41 and 27 daily deaths. A National Mathematics Day is observed on December 22nd to mark the birth anniversary of mathematical genius Srinivas Ramanujan Iyengar. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu paid tribute to Ramanujan on his birth anniversary. In a Twitter message, he said that Ramanujan's groundbreaking work in the field of mathematics will remain an inspiration for everyone. And the government has decided to constitute a high-level committee to plan year-long activities to commemorate Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose's 125th birth anniversary that will fall on January 23, 2022. The committee will be headed by Home Minister Amit Shah. In a statement, the Ministry of Culture said the commemoration is being held as a tribute to the massive contribution Netaji made to India's freedom struggle. The members of high-level committee will include experts, historians, authors, family members of Netaji, as well as eminent persons associated with Azad Hind Fauj. The committee will also guide the commemoration activities in Delhi, Kolkata, and other places associated with Netaji and Azad Hind Fauj, both in India as well as overseas. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Tuesday urged people to celebrate Netaji's birth anniversary events in a grand manner. In a Twitter message, the Prime Minister remembered Netaji for his bravery and statesmanship. He also informed about the formation of the committee. And before we leave, Rajya Sabha TV appeals to all its viewers to stay safe from the COVID-19 pandemic. Wear face masks, wash hands and face regularly, and maintain physical distancing while stepping outside. Remember, these simple precautions are all that it takes to defeat the pandemic.